Oh, man. Whoa.
Yeah, AI.
What do you think, dude? Should we start this?
I mean, it's up to you.
Just let's roll.
I'm ready when
Ready?
you are. Yeah, let's do it.
Key it up. Ready?
Let's do it.
1, 2, 3.
Live from the Blitzkrieg Studio.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another beautiful episode of the Sideline Podcast, episode 19. I am Adam Flores. I am once again here joined by Christopher Marquez, and we have a not so very special guest today, Nick Hinojos.
Yo. Hey, you guys
He
can't see
is-
me on camera, but I'm flexing.
Yeah, he's off camera. He chose not to be on camera, but it's all good. We appreciate him
We
being
appreciate
here.
it. We appreciate any love that is shown to this podcast, guys. So thank you so much for that.
Any love, you like, subscribe, make sure you comment down below anything you want to see on this podcast. Make sure you're following us on all platforms too. We got a TikTok page, we got an Instagram page. So make sure you're following our social medias as well outside of YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Chris, Nick, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name's Nick. I am.
Okay.
What did I have to do? What did I have to do with that? You're like,
I was like, Chris. Actually, no. Let's go to something more
I'm
interesting.
another addition to the family. Obviously, we're all cousins. I'm visiting from San Antonio right now, here for the weekend. And yeah, just posted up, just trying to kick it with my boys. I haven't seen them in a minute.
haven't been on a podcast in a long time either.
When's the last time I was on a podcast?
Conversing with Chris, probably episode like 140 something.
40? How many episodes did we do?
Christ.
We
CCC?
did
Like 400?
No,
No?
we did like 180
Oh,
altogether.
I thought you did more than that.
Yeah. No, I mean it's a lot of episodes now, but yeah, I mean towards the beginning you were on more often, and then towards the end it was just like whenever you were in town.
Well,
but
once it became like studio based, I think.
it's a lot harder then.
Yeah,
but like,
absolutely.
remember the very first episodes we do on like Zoom and
On
shit?
Zoom, yeah.
Damn.
But
Throwback.
those are
in the-
classics.
Those are
Or like
classics.
the
Yeah, those
garage
are
ones.
classics.
COVID times too.
Wow.
Yeah.
5 years ago now.
But yeah, thanks for being here, dude.
Yeah, no, appreciate it.
Thanks for checking out the sports podcast here, guys. Before we get going,
Uh-oh.
you already know
It's
there's
time.
A fucking, what is it? A tradition, unlike any other. It's called the cracking of the celebratory beer, and it sounds like.
Pop it top again. Pop,
Yes,
pop.
sir.
Cheers, guys. Cheers to everybody
Salud,
here.
salud.
It's a
Pop my water
very
bottle.
special edition of the podcast today, and so because of that speciality, or because of the special occasion here,
Oh, shit.
Oh shit.
it's only right that my balls are buzzed for
Your
today.
buzzed or balls?
Yeah. My balls are gonna be buzzed today,
Yo, what?
so I'm down.
Yeah, okay, wait. What flavor is that?
This one's called strawberry margarita.
It looks like Big Red.
I don't even know how I stumbled onto this.
Big Red tastes like shit, by the
Let's
way.
try it. Let's go. I'm gonna indulge.
There you go. Oh.
Yo,
Oh,
God bless America.
good
guys.
God, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Shout out to America, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
Oh yeah, happy 4th of July. I
Happy
mean, it's
4th
the
of
5th
July.
of July now.
Happy 4th of July to America. We got to give it one time for the one time. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. We need like a fireworks drop. You know, like a
Just light up a firework in here. Fuck it.
Yeah, dude. Fireworks are dangerous, by the
You
way.
ever seen
guys.
those people that light like the black
The black cats.
in like a
Yeah.
pot and then
Yeah.
throw it in someone's room and then run
Yeah. Like the whole strip, too. They'll just throw it in there.
throw it. It's
pretty
loud as
savage.
shit.
We used to throw like the poppers at each other.
Yeah,
Remember
dude.
that?
Oh yeah.
Honestly,
They've got bigger ones now.
honestly, I feel like fireworks are dangerous, and you should always be cautious and safe when using them. Okay,
Yes,
guys?
thank you.
Yeah, shout
You don't
out.
want to be a Jason Pierre-Paul.
I was about to say shout out Jason Pierre-Paul.
I appreciate you spreading safety awareness as I am a safety manager in construction.
Exactly.
So I
OSHA.
I appreciate it, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, OSHA coming for your
I
ass.
was actually losing my mind yesterday watching little kids just pop fireworks.
You're like, oh my god,
I just thought about all the fire hazards
that's a
that could
lawsuit
occur,
right there.
all the hand injuries, all the eye injuries. I was just going crazy, but yeah,
That's funny, dude.
that's my life. Now.
I actually didn't
my
pop.
life.
I didn't pop any fireworks this year.
I didn't pop any. Well, I popped like 2.
Like two. I didn't pop a single. I did not light one single fuse this year. That's crazy.
Yeah,
When's the last time you did?
I want to say like probably the year before, or like I don't know, not that long ago. You know what I mean? My firework game is still
Popped
very
them
strong.
in January.
Yeah,
Yeah,
know
I
what I
haven't
mean?
popped one in a minute.
yeah. Those are it's crazy because back in the day we used to go so hard at it,
Yeah,
and then I guess as you get older, you're just like, eh.
Yeah, no, I was talking to my pops about it. Like, remember we go to like Dairy Queen? Like, right
Oh
there?
yeah,
yeah.
Dairy Queen?
Yeah, like there
The
in
old
Santa
Dairy
Teresa.
Queen.
Yeah, dude, we'll go over there. And
What?
they had like an open like desert field where you could just light fireworks.
Yeah.
Damn.
That was
you
good.
win a few times, but you were a little dude. Like you were
yeah.
probably like
3.
yeah, if that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Jesus.
Speaking of safety concerns, that was a very that was I don't know how that wasn't outlawed.
You got families eating blizzards, fucking bottle rockets flying past their grills.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
God.
Oh man! All right, guys, welcome back to the Sideline Podcast. Let's talk some sports here. Adam, what do we got on the docket for today, my
So
friend?
we're going to be talking some more NBA today. We're going to keep leaving NFL to the side a little bit, but we will be getting into NFL very soon if that's what you're tuning in for, because we actually have football this season. Are you guys aware of that? That we have the Hall of Fame game at the very end of the month.
Yeah.
It's the 31st.
Already?
Holy shit, really?
Yeah. So I think it's the Lions and someone else.
July 31st?
Yeah. No.
You said end of the month.
Yeah. July 31st.
Yeah, this is
then.
July.
I thought they do it like late August.
I thought it was August, but no, yeah.
I know it's like right before college football starts.
You know what's funny, dude, is that you walked in with this nice Mavs jersey, and like I sincerely wanted to compliment you.
Oh,
and then
okay, so it's August 1st.
Then we peeped the back.
yeah, and then I peeped that it's a Luka shirt, and I was just like, wow. Anyways, well, yeah, that's exciting, but yeah, NBA is still it's on the forefront still right now, I would say.
Yeah, look at this. The Detroit Lions will host the LA Chargers July 31st in Canton, Ohio.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
so it is a day early then.
Yeah.
Who did you say? The Lions and the Chargers?
Yeah,
The
Lions,
teams with
Chargers,
like the least amount of Hall of Famers ever?
basically, yeah.
Let's let them play the
Okay,
Hall
like
of Fame
you got
game.
Calvin Johnson, LaDainian Tomlinson,
Barry Sanders.
Antonio Gates.
Sanders, yeah.
Who else? Philip Rivers for sure, right?
Is he a Hall of Famer?
Yes,
though?
he
Yeah,
is, dude. It's
he
Philip
definitely
Rivers,
is.
dude.
Yeah.
The guy can't back out of a driveway or pull out of a driveway. He's got like 11 kids. You get in, if you have 11 kids as a guy, you get into the Hall of Fame.
His son apparently is like a big top prospect
Yeah,
like in high school.
In
dude.
high school,
Yeah, dude. He's a Hall of Famer.
I
for sure.
Dude, he
think
could have a starting fucking offense with his kids.
I think out of Louisiana, I think.
LSU?
Somewhere.
About that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what I'm saying though,
Some
like,
Arch Manning type shit.
like I said, if you have, I would say even over like 8 kids, you still get into the Hall of Fame of
Okay,
life.
what does kid count have to do with the Hall of Fame?
I mean, I'm just like you are just that badass of a person that you can have that
producing
many
champions.
kids. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sure I can find one NFL player out there that has 8+ kids that did
That's
not make
not
the
a Hall of
Fame.
Famer. I
Yeah.
doubt it.
Well, dude, have you seen like Drew Brees' kids?
No, I haven't.
Like all his sons are like badass, like football players and shit.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ,
You're just
dude.
producing champions at that point. bro.
Basically.
Yeah, dude. He's looking out for the future of the league. That's all I'm saying.
For the future. Did you see that Drew
Philip Rivers
Brees?
is giving you quarterbacks for the rest of time.
Yep.
Well, Drew Brees said that he plays like catch with his kids outside in the backyard, and that he throws with his left hand because his right arm is completely like
torched.
Yeah, it's completely torn. It's
Yeah, dude.
like
Well,
I
mean,
can't imagine just being like, oh yeah, let me go play ball with my kids.
Yeah.
But imagine like how many passes that fool through.
Oh, bro.
And that's
man.
not even passes that are like accounted for like in a
Yeah,
game.
he had the most 5,000 yard seasons.
Right. But think of all the times he's throwing in like OTAs and in practice or just like
camps. Like,
just camps,
yeah.
just chilling around.
You have to assume he's been playing since Little League.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
absolutely. Yeah. Even before that, dude.
Yeah.
There's a John Gruden, like he goes and visits like former players, and there's an episode where he goes and visits Philip Rivers and like gets his son's like what's it called there, cadence. It's pretty cool, dude. Like John Gruden's still like working around like high NFL players and college kids. Like it's cool.
Well,
dude, seeing
speaking
that.
of cadence, you saw that clip of like Jackson Dart where he's like, "Oh, let me hear your cadence," and then he's all,
Yeah,
"That's
yeah,
the whole
yeah.
cadence," and
That's
then he's
it.
like, "That's it."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "What?"
Well, that's that college cadence.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like in the NFL, that doesn't translate.
Oh no,
Like,
hell no.
You don't just clap in the
I
NFL
thought you were a big Jackson Dart.
unless
guy,
you're Philip Rivers. You know.
but
You
I don't.
look like a dart.
Yeah, you look
You
like
look like a
you look
dart.
like somebody that could take a dart. You feel me?
Yeah, I can dig a dart.
How do you take a dart? Honestly,
You just take it, son. You figure that out.
Anyways, we're gonna get into a little NBA talk. We got some news, and then we're gonna go through some rumors. But let's talk about some news real quick. We got a few talking points. I'm gonna run through them real quick. We got Duncan Robinson agrees to a 3-year, $48 million deal with the Detroit Pistons. Tim Hardaway Jr. agrees to a 1-year, $3.6 million deal with the Nuggets. Mason Plumlee agrees to a 1-year, $3.6 million deal with the Hornets. The Hawks trade for Nickeil Alexander-Walker and sign him to a 4-year, $62 million deal. Brook Lopez signs a 2-year, $18 million deal with the LA Clippers. Clint Capella signs a 3-year, $21.5 million deal with the Rockets. Kevon Looney signs a 2-year, $16 million deal with the Pelicans.
That one hurts.
Jacoby Podol I never know how to say his name right. Patel?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yes.
There's an L before the T,
Yes,
though.
yes.
Okay.
You do
Jacob-
this to me all the time.
Sorry. Jacob Patel re-ups with the Raptors and signs a 4-year, $104 million deal extension, leading him through the 29-30 season. Dennis Schroeder agrees to a 3-year, $45 million deal with the Kings. The Kings trade for Jonas Valanciunas to the Nuggets for Dario Saric. Jaren Jackson Jr. signs a 5-year, $240 million deal with the Grizzlies.
Massive.
The Bucks waived Damian Lillard and stretched the remainder of his contract to acquire Myles Turner, who was the longest tenured Pacer of 10 years at the time. And Myles Turner turns around and signs a 4-year, $107 million deal with the Bucks. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander agrees to a max 4-year, $285 million deal. And DeAndre Ayton agrees to a 2-year, $16.6 million deal with the Lakers.
It's so crazy how like it just ended, but yet all these teams are just
Right away.
making their moves.
And this isn't even all of them. This is just like I picked out like some of the more important names.
But we didn't
that
even
can
like
talk
we
about.
already talked about the KD signing.
Right.
So that was huge. I mean, the biggest thing here is and it's probably not the biggest name, but the Duncan Robinson one. That really hurt Miami in a way because he was always somebody they were trying to like package out, right?
Yeah.
To get someone like KD or even somebody like Trae Young. They're always looking like to get that disgruntled superstar and bring him to Miami. And they
got
just lost
nothing out of
Duncan
it.
Robinson for absolutely nothing. So that really hurts their ability to go out and acquire another big player.
Well, the whole reason that
But shout out to Duncan. Sounds about white.
the whole reason that the Pistons were able to actually agree to this $48 million deal with Duncan Robinson was because of what happened with Malik Beasley and his gambling issue. And he
Not
was,
looking good for him.
Yeah, he was in debt, what, like $8 million is what he owed, which is absolutely insane. So the Pistons waived him and said, come on, Duncan Robinson, you're a three-point shooter.
That's
sign him
crazy.
to the contract that Beasley was looking for.
The other one that hurts is Kevon Looney, lifelong warrior, and obviously at some point everyone's going to move on.
Right.
So it's good that another team was able to see the value that he really brings to the team because he's not going to score very much, but he is going to crash the boards and he is just going to play solid defense for you. So
He's
shout
gonna
out to Kevon Looney for always holding it down for the Warriors.
He's going to be reunited with Jordan Poole out
JP!
there in New Orleans.
Yeah.
What do you think about New Orleans moving on next year?
I don't know. We'll see.
Like all healthy, they're gonna have Kevon Looney, Jordan Poole,
McCollum.
CJ McCollum. No, McCollum is with the what's it called now?
With
Because
who?
they swapped.
With who?
So
that's right.
Yeah. So CJ McCollum went to the Wizards.
Who else do they have then? They have some other good young players.
What's his name?
There's one guy that's in my mind that I'm blanking
I can
on.
envision him. Zion.
Oh yeah, Zion. No, there's somebody else though too.
But like, okay, Zion fully healthy. We haven't gotten a full season of Zion yet in the NBA.
I don't think we are.
I don't think we are at this point. Like he's just so injury prone.
He's getting porn stars pregnant, and always getting hurt. Yeah, I don't think we're ever gonna see a healthy.
Maybe he's just not that into it. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Like, he's just like, I like the lifestyle enough to where like I'll show up just to get paid, but I'm not like trying to go that
Well,
hard.
and then you got those players who were just stars in college, and then after that they just really downgrade themselves as a player.
Right, we've had that multiple times throughout history.
They fall off the face of the earth. The other big move, the Jaren Jackson Jr. one, is huge.
I think that one's pretty big too.
And
yeah.
I think I've been saying it, but I think Ja's gonna eventually leave Memphis for sure.
think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
100%.
Yeah, like,
maybe
that's-
not this year, but it'll be next year for sure.
Yeah, because I like
He'll grow as a player if he does that for sure. I think.
well,
so.
hopefully, but I mean, I guess they're really just putting all their fucking their eggs in the Jaren Jackson Jr. basket. You know what I
It's
mean?
just I kind of told Chris I was like I don't care how freakishly athletic Ja is. I just don't like him as a person. Like I don't think I would want to have him on my team just because of all the problems that he causes.
Right. Well, and that's why I'm saying like a team somewhere else would probably change that attitude.
He's got to get into a good NBA culture.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But with a coach and a
Right,
organization that's going to be like, hey, bro, like this is our expectations. You need to meet them or exceed them. You know what I mean?
I feel like you don't have those kinds of coaches anymore, though. Like in
Pat
the
Riley.
NFL and NBA, like together.
I think in the NFL, yeah, because I don't know if you guys saw that like Shadur stuff that happened like recently where he
the
might go to the
speeding?
CFL.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Apparently that he might
didn't
go
see
to
that.
the CFL that they're just not meeting eye to eye with him. It's like another Johnny Manziel thing that happened at Cleveland. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I think he becomes the starter at one point in the season, like Shador.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna rotate through Dylan Gabriel, Shador Sanders. Who else they got? Joe Flacco and Kenny
boy.
Pickett.
The flack.
I feel like at one point in time, all of them are going to start a
They're
game.
gonna have a chance.
Yeah,
Well, okay, but like what you said about the coaching, I think what has happened with that is that those coaches are still there, but they don't have the power, right?
Yeah.
The power is now in the hands of the player more than anything, and you saw that with the Nuggets coach when they fired him.
that's right.
The Nuggets were like
They
the
fired him
2
right
seed.
before the playoffs
Right,
started.
and they fire their coach because their players were not happy with him.
Yeah.
And they were riffing and they were like beefing. So they literally were like, okay, even though you're a good coach and like you brought us all the way here, we are going to move on from you at the most critical part of the season.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And so the organizations have stripped the power away from the coaches throughout sports, and it's also shown like how much the star player actually holds all the marbles, if you think about it, aka LeBron James.
That's what I was about to say. I think that's a James effect.
The LeBron James effect.
Because who was it when he would beef with like Ty Lue? Remember? Like I think that's when it all started. You know? Like
If you're a coach and you're beefing with LeBron, you're about to lose your job.
he literally got Ty Lue fired.
You're literally gonna get fired because your star player is unhappy.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, the NBA very, very active. DeAndre Ayton signing with the Lakers. It looks good on paper, but
you don't believe in
I don't
DeAndre?
like DeAndre Ayton, dude. I mean,
Really?
I've seen him enough where like
I actually do. I liked him all the way in Phoenix. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
an
obviously,
Ayton fan.
where he was at in Portland is a very dire situation, right? They don't have anything to play for at the moment. They're a team that's building out for the future, and obviously, DeAndre Ayton is more of a win now guy because of where he's at in his career. So getting with LeBron is probably going to help him, but he's not going to be the answer to the Lakers' problems.
I mean, I guess it's easy to average 15 points in Portland when there's absolutely no one there.
Exactly.
So I don't know how many points he's going to average with the Lakers. I'd say maybe like 12 a night, but you can still get 10 rebounds. Like there's no rebounders on that team aside from Luka. Like
Hachimura.
Luka is your biggest rebounder and he's your point guard.
So what exactly is the Lakers' problem then?
So-
is it all the stardom that they have on
Yes.
the
It
team?
could be, yeah. It could be. It could be like a 2021 Brooklyn Nets kind of deal or 2022 Nets where they had Kyrie and Kevin Durant and James Harden where you have 3 ball handlers on one team and you don't have enough floor space.
Yeah.
Yeah, and another thing too is that you're really top heavy with your roster. So we talked about this last time that if Luka or LeBron was to go down for any amount of time during the season, then you're going to be having a really hard time of filling in those rotation minutes because your roster is not going to have. Well, they'll get some vets that sign for the minimum, but it's going to be a very, very not so deep roster. You know what I mean? They're going to lack players that can come in and be effective when they need those minutes to give Luka or LeBron rest.
Yeah, I feel like what they're missing right now is like a Chris Paul type of player where it's like he doesn't need the ball in his hands 24/7 at this point in his career, but he can average like 8 assists a game and be able to be your floor manager while being on the floor. Like he's not your coach. He's not on the sideline.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think if anything, they need more of like a 3-and-D guy, like to complement Reeves.
A what?
Like a 3-and-D guy, like somebody that's just going to play defense and sit in the corner and knock down shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's going to help them, especially because LeBron and Luka are going to command so much attention offensively that you're going to have to be able to kick the ball out to someone, and you need someone that can knock down shots.
Yeah.
And guard the other team's best player because LeBron's not doing that anymore, and Luka can be a liability on defense sometimes.
I'm actually surprised that they signed Ayton for so little money. I'm really surprised he didn't command more money than what
No,
they
because I
signed
mean,
him for.
like if you're Aiden, right, and they come to you and they say, "Do you want to go play in Washington?" and you'll get it like a 3-year, probably like $60 million, like a $60 million contract, right? Or you can re-up with the Lakers, short-term deal, but you get to play with LeBron and Luka. You know, and live in LA too.
So then that means that he has to be okay with the fact that he's not going to have the ball in his hands 24/7.
Right, exactly.
Like he's
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
be pure post, and
Right.
all you're going to do is crash boards and end of story.
Yes, and protect the paint.
Yeah.
Biggest things he's gonna do. And like I said, LeBron's gonna get his hands on him. And he's really gonna like mold him into the type of big man that he needs. You know?
So you're saying that this
Tristan
team is
Thompson-esque.
this team is just better on paper then
Yes,
than
for
what
now.
they're actually going to
Yes,
perform.
for now.
So where do you see them ending seed wise
I would
next
say
year?
like a 6 or 7 seed again.
6 seed?
Yeah, 6, 7, 6 through 8. You know, maybe even they should be better than a play-in spot though.
I think they are better.
But the
than-
West is just so stacked.
they
dude.
are stacked.
Like San Antonio just got way better. Houston just got way better. Dallas got way better. You still have Golden State. You still have James Harden and the Clippers with Kawhi. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you still have OKC. You still have the Nuggets.
Christ,
You still
it's insane.
have potentially Fred VanVleet, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal in Phoenix. Like, dude, the West is like
Stacked.
it's stacked.
It's
and then
stacked.
you're talking about the New Orleans Pelicans that are supposed to be like surging. Okay, they're in the West.
I wouldn't say surging.
You know what I
though.
mean?
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be fucking tough for those teams.
Yeah.
It's tough sledding.
I've never
out
been
there.
a big Poole fan.
And then
I
like
know
if
he
you
can average
even if you look
18,
at the
but-
bottom teams in the West, you're gonna have Memphis, who
Yeah.
still has Ja and Jaren Jackson Jr. Right? They still have a very good roster.
Portland just got that Chinese 7-foot
Yeah,
guy.
we're not worried about Portland though. But you still have to worry about like teams like that. Even like
Well, like the Spurs were at the bottom of the pecking order.
right.
Still
But
last
what I was
year.
gonna say too is like the Kings, right? They're gonna be
Okay.
like one of the bottom feeders in the West.
Yeah, you still got Sabonis.
You got Sabonis and DeRozan still on that
Yeah.
squad. Like,
Yeah.
those guys can fucking get buckets, bro. It's pretty crazy.
And they just signed Jonas Valanciunas.
Yeah. So I mean, like, if you think about it, like the West is just going to be a gauntlet in itself. Like again, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like it always is. And
Like
the
it always
East,
is.
the East is you have teams that are like,
I feel like you're very top
really
heavy in
bad.
the East, especially
Yeah.
with what happened with the injuries late in the season.
yeah, like we were talking about, like Indiana with the Pacers now. Like they lose Myles Turner, they lose Halliburton for the beginning of the season for the most part. Like that team is going to look very, very different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And who knows? Can they stay in the playoff picture the whole time? Which they probably can because they're in the East. If they were in the West, they would be like on the outside looking in potentially.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That
And
is
those
crazy.
and they just played in the finals in a game 7. And we're a fucking Halliburton injury away from winning the series.
Yeah, and now you're Halliburton.
What the fuck is
Yeah,
that? How
you're-
does that happen?
You're down Halliburton and Miles Turner.
Yeah,
now,
dude,
so
that is absolutely.
I don't know
crazy.
what you do with. What would you do if you were the Pacers right now? Like, what do you do? Do you just wait until next season already? Because I feel like this.
No,
season's
I mean,
at a
you
You
loss.
got to make some moves to actually like,
You have to stay relevant this
yeah,
year.
especially with injuries like that.
I feel like that's
Yeah.
so rough, though. I mean, like, who? Okay, so
Obi Toppin's gonna probably take another step up in the
right.
right
I was about to say
direction,
Siakam
right?
stays there,
Yeah, for sure. Siakam is their focal point.
and then
now.
who takes the step? Benedict Mathurin.
Yeah, TJ McConnell's gonna have to also step up too.
Yeah, TJ
know what I mean?
McConnell's going to be your one on
He's
that
gonna
team.
be your one to start the season.
Yeah. Two
I
would
feel
be-
like they could have really benefited from signing somebody like Ty Jerome. You know what I mean? Just like a solid point guard that can shoot the ball.
Yeah.
Because that's where they're really going to feel the effect is that Siakam is going to be now the focal point. So they're not going to be able to, with Halliburton there, he demands so much attention. So it makes the other people around him better. Now you're not going to have to worry about a McConnell the same way you do Halliburton. So it's going to make playing defense against these guys easier. And it's going to make Siakam's life harder in return. Because they're going to key in on him. And then no Miles Turner either.
Yeah, Miles Turner's going to your rivals, the Bucks.
Yeah, that's crazy. So
The Bucks also. Do you think they stay relevant without Dame? And
yeah,
now-
because I don't think Giannis is going anywhere yet.
you don't think he goes anywhere.
No. I say if Milwaukee's like sub 500, like heading into the All-Star break, then you might see like a trade at that point.
That's such a late trade, though.
No, I know, but like it's really going to come down to that because I think because they haven't moved on from him yet, that he's giving the front office one more chance to see how they can improve the team. And then by mid-season, we'll know if they are going to have a successful year or if they're going to fall short. And if they fall short, then you're going to have to move Giannis on.
It's just like Miles Turner is such a good player, but he's not a needle mover the way Dame is. Like Dame and Giannis, sure, you're a playoff team. Giannis and Miles Turner, are you a playoff team? You know, I think that's the question that we're asking right now. And then Brook Lopez leaves, and then you kind of replace him with Miles Turner. Like Miles Turner is his younger, better version.
Yeah, you upgrade from Brook Lopez. There,
right.
for
And
sure.
then like who's your second option? Like Bobby Portis Jr. on this team? Like I don't know where this team is headed next year. I mean,
at Bobby
they got
Portis,
Kyle
man.
Kuzma too, I think. Or no, he's not even on this team.
Well,
Is he?
No, he was. He got traded
was,
there
that's
from
right.
Washington last year. So unless they buy him out, he should still be up with that squad. So that's interesting. Another thing too. What's his name? Nickeil Alexander-Walker, right?
Right.
Who else benefits more from being Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's cousin than that guy? You know what I mean?
Are they actually
They're
cousins?
cousins.
Like blood
Yes,
cousins?
they're blood cousins. Look it up. I swear to God. So you just saw SGA ball out, and he's like, I'm related to that guy. They're like, sign him, give him a contract.
Yeah, he is. He's a good player though.
Well,
he's not just like
but
he's
he
not
hasn't
just his cousin.
He hasn't shown that he's like, okay,
like you're just my cousin, but this dude is
what's
actually a
up with
good
that, dude?
baller.
What was that, dude? What does that mean, bro? God, dude, you
Just
fucking
comparing cousins.
just
now.
disrespectful and shit.
I
Like,
mean, I'd rather have Nikhil Alexander-Walker as my
Yeah.
cousin. I'm just saying.
wow. All right, dude. Can we, Nick, you want to step into the seat, dude? I'm out of here.
I'm not a big NBA guy, but
Nah,
just chiming in where my knowledge is at.
but like what I'm saying is like he garnered a $62 million deal, dude, and he hasn't even been a starter.
Yeah, but the
Like,
the efficiency
like,
that he put on the floor when he was on the floor, I think, is enough to sign that deal and
Yeah, I guess.
them have enough.
But I also, like I said, it also helps. Like, did you see what my cousin did?
Yeah.
I used to beat him 1-on-1. You know what I mean? Like, just a
I used
slight
to ball with
flex.
him in the park.
I just haven't gotten my chance. You know, 62 mil, I'll sign.
62 mil, that's
Yeah,
light
dude.
work.
Come on.
Well, okay, I want to talk about this one. So Jonas Valanciunas gets traded to the Kings, right? And then right after he gets traded to the Kings, there's rumors that he might leave, that he wants to, not might, that he wants to leave the NBA for the Euro League and sign with a Greece team. And you're just like, you just signed a good
No, he got
contract.
traded to the Nuggets.
No, he got traded.
He got traded to the Nuggets.
I mean, I'm sorry, the Nuggets.
Saric went back to
okay,
the
yes,
Kings.
he gets traded to the Nuggets. I'm sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
You get traded to the Nuggets, and then you just want to leave for the Euro League. Like you're about to play with Jokic and like actually have a decent shot at winning a championship, and you're like, no, I'm going to the Euro League.
No,
Like,
I don't think he.
He came out saying that though. It's not just like
Yeah, but I mean, these guys still have his rights. Like, you know.
yeah,
what I
but
mean?
he can leave if he wants.
Well,
to.
yeah, but he can
It's
leave.
not like they are holding him
if
hostage.
he leaves, then it's probably better for the Nuggets that he's
Why?
not there. Because if he wants to go play a significantly lower level of basketball, and I mean he is kind of up there in age, so that's fine. You'd kind of rather focus on developing a younger player then.
Yeah.
If this guy doesn't want to play, and he probably doesn't want to play because Jokic is going to play most of his minutes, he's probably thinking like, why not go back to Europe? I'm assuming he's from Europe with that last name.
Yeah, he's
And,
Lithuanian.
Yeah, be like a star player on some team over there. You know what I mean?
I don't know. It's just like, would you rather play in the best league in the world, or would you rather play, like you said, for a step down
don't
in the
know.
Euro League?
So, but would you actually want to play or
Yeah, like he might
sit
not
the
even
majority
play.
of the season? You know.
Yeah, he might not even play with.
I mean,
the
he'll get
Nuggets.
minutes.
Right.
He just won't be a starter. That's
exactly.
the thing.
How do we know that he doesn't value that more than anything?
Yeah, because
else?
he doesn't play anything but the five. It's not like
Exactly.
he's a four.
He's not a
and
four. He's way
Jokic
too
isn't
big.
a four either.
And he can't
Jokic
move.
is only a five.
Yeah.
So for them to only be fives, like you're obviously.
And then
riding the
also we
bench.
don't know like his family situation. Maybe he wants to be closer to his family now, and he's already kind of had his run through the NBA. He's kind of like seen everything that it offers him, and he's ready to move on.
I mean, I
You know what I mean?
guess, yeah,
It's not. It would be different if this was like him in his prime saying, "I'm going back to Europe,"
fair.
or any like a free agent in their prime saying, "I'm going to go play in the Australian basketball league
Yeah.
instead." Like, what?
Well, speaking of Australian too, Josh Giddey said that he wants, or that he's interesting.
No,
or
well,
what do you-
no.
like
I heard what he.
flirting with the idea. Of
No, I
going
heard
to
what
the
he said.
Australian League.
I heard what he said, but it's he's not saying that he's going to go play there in lieu of playing in the NBA.
No, but he wants to play there in the
Right.
summer though.
He wants to play there in the off season
Yeah.
so he can stay in basketball.
But that I guess he has to get permission from the NBA to
They're
go
not
play.
going to let him. You're, like if you're an NBA team, there's no way you let him go play because you're paying his salary, and if he goes
and gets hurt
and tears his ACL playing for the fucking Australian Kangaroos, like, dude, like you're gonna be so mad as a general manager and as an owner because in their mind, they're like, why can't you just come play hoops here at our facility?
Yeah.
You know what I mean, and play with your teammates instead of playing at a higher level because the intensity is higher in a regular game. In another league, that means absolutely nothing to our franchise.
The NBA does have a summer league too.
Yeah, they have a summer league,
but it's
that's
only for like rookies and
Yeah, but I'm sure they
undrafted.
could make
No, I'm sure they could
some
get
sort
him
of-
in there
yeah.
because a lot of times when guys come back from injuries, they'll be
Injuries.
on the summer league roster so they can get some early run.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But still, then I would still think that.
You still pose risk to getting hurt.
Right, but
Yeah.
at the same time, the Australian league is here. The G League is probably like right here.
Like a step under.
Like a very small step under. Like you're still playing guys that are eventually going to be in the NBA.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? That's not like you're gonna be in good shape if you're playing like that. But I understand, and it's good because like I'd rather have a player that wants to be playing like all the time because that means that they want to get better.
They actually like the game.
Yeah.
It's not like they're just there for the money.
Because a lot of guys are like, oh, I'm going to Mexico with my girl. We're going to go tear down some pina coladas on the beach. You know what I mean? Like,
Dak Prescott, who?
yeah. Like a lot of those guys do that. But then there's a lot of guys that they're like, no, they're back at whatever school they went to and they're running with their former college like coaches and stuff.
Yeah.
Or they're playing somewhere just to like stay. And I'm not saying like playing at LA Fitness or whatever. Like they're playing like some meaningful like games and getting good run because they want to stay in shape. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I'd
but
want
like
to stay in shape too. Fuck.
Like the Joshua Giddey thing is different from the Valanciunas thing, you know, because he's actually saying I'm leaving to go play full time.
Versus he's kind of just like, hey, can I
just ball? Can a brother ball?
Can a brother ball?
Sounds about white.
Do you know what like Australian accents sound like?
I imagine Jeff Irwin.
It's like a Texas British accent.
Yeah.
Like the crocodile hunter.
Yeah.
Like I can't do
Crikey.
it. But,
Crikey.
Crikey. Australian for beer.
That's not a knife.
That's not a knife. It's a real knife.
This is a knife.
Pulls out a fucking
I'd like to
sword.
go to Australia one day.
Yeah,
That'd be cool. Hit up New Zealand too.
That'd be badass.
Get my Lord of the Rings on and shit. You know?
Yeah. That's where, dude,
I don't
got
watch
into-
Lord of the Rings.
I actually just watched the trilogy like this past weekend.
I watched The Hobbit the other day.
Dude,
Fire.
I love
Am I
those
the only
movies,
one that's
bro.
never watched those movies?
You've never watched those movies?
Nah.
Bro.
The only like sci-fi-esque that I watch is like Star Wars.
Okay. I don't want to get into a Star Wars.
Yeah, we're not getting into that.
But Lord of the Rings, bro. Yeah, you got
Like I don't watch Lord of the Rings. I don't watch Hobbit. I don't watch Harry
Yeah.
Potter. I don't watch Star Trek.
Honestly,
none of that.
there's like one of the most underrated things in life is getting absolutely blitzkrieged and watching
The Hobbit?
The Hobbit or the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Like just absolutely blitzkrieg though. Like
You got to
fucking-
watch the extended versions though.
Yeah.
On
like
HBO.
the director's cut.
Yeah, dude. It's just like, I can't even explain it, bro.
I can't.
It's, dude, I wish I was you and I could watch it for the first time. Not gonna lie.
Dude, seeing Frodo for the first time, like, whoa, this guy's gonna save Middle Earth? No
We're
way.
watching Gandalf fall,
Like,
and then like in the
oh.
two towers, like seeing them come
yeah.
back, like,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
like, oh, bro, mind blowing. Anyways, NBA.
Anyways,
So Shea Gilgeous
Speaking of
Alexander
Wizards,
signs his
the Washington Wizards.
Speaking of Gandalf, the Washington Wizards.
Gandalf. This old head just signed with the Wizards.
The Wizards are a dumpster fire.
So Shea Gilgeous Alexander signs his
are.
4-year, $285 million max contract
Beautiful.
extension with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
I love to
making
see
him
that.
the highest paid player in NBA history,
love to see it.
averaging $71 million a year.
Dude, that's amazing, dude.
Dude, how do you make $70 million a year?
You know
It's
what's funny is
insane.
that he's literally just playing a game.
Yeah.
He's literally bouncing
that's
a ball.
it.
That's all he's doing. He's
And then-
bouncing a ball.
And then the other crazy part is that you said he's making what, 285?
285, yeah.
Okay, he's probably making another 50 to 60 mil on brand deals and endorsements.
Yeah. Like his shoes,
His
everything he does
shoes,
in Nike.
Any commercial he does,
Commercials,
anytime the NBA wants
Gatorade.
to run him out to China for a run, like
Yep.
you know what I mean? Like his earning ability is like skyrocketed, especially with winning the finals this year.
Oh yeah, I mean, you get the scoring title, you get MVP, you get Finals MVP,
Yep, All-Star game selection.
All Star. You know,
Everything.
on top of that, you win your city their first ever championship. Like,
Bro,
dude,
that guy
he's at the
will-
top of the world right now.
Dude, that guy will have a fucking building named after him in Oklahoma City somewhere.
Yeah.
Like the Shea Gilgeous Alexander Rec Center.
Probably. Well, did you see what the mayor of Oklahoma City did? How he gave everybody on the roster their own day for the month.
You see? That's
Like
dope.
even if they didn't play a single minute, you still get your own day. So it's like June 30th or whatever it is some random ass
Isaiah
person's-
Joe Day.
Yeah, basically. Like that's literally what it is.
What are you guys doing today, bro? It's Isaiah Joe Day. We are getting lit, my guy.
He's Canadian, right?
Shay?
Yeah.
he is.
Imagine all the fucking Drake music videos he's gonna be in.
Oh, yeah. You see?
Dude.
All right, bro. Like things like that.
He's
dude.
going to get like an OVO brand deal.
Yeah.
An
For
OVO
real.
brand deal.
For real, dude. I
A
swear to God.
statue in Toronto or some shit. Like, yeah.
Yeah, like June 30th is Clay Benton Day.
You
Like,
see?
what?
There you go.
It's insane. Oh no, July 30th is Shea Gilgeous Alexander Day.
That's a good day.
and then June 30th is when it starts, and then July 30th is when it ends.
That's funny.
Yeah. So
That's
they got
crazy.
like a Carson Wallace Day or Cason Wallace Day.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The Isaiah Joe day is even funnier.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
'Cause it's like he barely played.
Isaiah Joe Day, July 18th.
Yes. Right after your birthday.
Yeah.
That's
July
crazy.
15th, AJ Mitchell Day.
That's funny. Yeah, we're getting torn down today, folks.
July 10th is Nikola Topic Day. Oh, what are you
That's
celebrating? Nikola Topic.
Yeah. One of the top dogs. You feel me?
Yeah, what did he do? He rode the bench in the finals.
Dude, that's wild. But yeah, dude, Shea signing that deal is good because it solidifies the Thunder's ability to sustain this playoff run. You know what I mean?
And then look at this. So not even including his. Oh no, yeah. Look, watch. So he has brand deals including Converse, Skims, and Canadian Goose or Canada Goose with AT&T too, and then plus his signature shoe line launching in 2025. His endorsement deals are estimated to generate around, guess how much annually?
I said 50 to 60 million.
50.
Oh no, not that much.
100, no?
30,
No.
20.
18.
That's good, bro.
Yeah, dude.
But still 18 on top of the 70 that you're getting. You're
Yeah.
making
What?
$90 million a year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You live off the 18 and the 70 you fucking
Stash
invested
away.
and you fucking
Yeah.
make that money work for you. And that way your kid's kid never has to work a day in his life.
Literally, dude. Like, that's fucking insane.
Generational wealth, folks. That's what it's
Literal
called. Capitalism.
generational
America.
Shout out to America. Happy
bless
4th of
America.
July, everybody. Yes, sir. And what do? We pop fireworks.
Yep.
And we pop fireworks.
And drink a hell of a lot of Anheuser-Busch.
Yep. So American.
Got a hell lot of Anheuser-Busch.
Okay, so how many more of these do you want to talk about? Because I want to talk about that meme you sent me
Yeah, I mean,
of the USA teams, the 2024 gold team against which one?
the 2012 or
The
was it the
2012,
2004 one?
No, it
Well,
was the
all
2012.
three of them were really good.
The one that had Kobe, LeBron, KD,
think-
Anthony Davis,
That Olympic team?
Yeah.
Dude, Andre
my
Iguodala.
God, bro. Was that the
Carmelo
20,
Anthony
the
was
2012
on that
games?
I think that
That's
was the
London,
2012
right?
games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 2012 had LeBron, Kobe, KD, Chris Paul, Carmelo Anthony, and Russell Westbrook.
Oh, man.
But that's just like, but that's not even the
No,
full
no,
roster.
that's not the full roster.
Like, read the full roster.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Andre Iguodala, the
My
original
boy.
AI. Anthony Davis.
Dub Nation, stand up.
Jesus Christ.
So we got Anthony Davis, Carmelo Anthony, Chris Paul, Deron Williams,
Darren Williams.
Darren
Darren Williams,
Yeah.
James
I forgot
Harden.
about Darren Williams.
Where did he go to school?
Darren Williams?
Auburn.
Yeah, no.
Fuck. No.
He played at Memphis, right?
No.
No. For the in the NBA.
Yeah,
He
for
played at-
school.
Where did he go to school? Shit.
Syracuse.
He went to Q's?
To Syracuse.
Damn.
Yeah.
James Harden, Kevin Durant, Kevin Love, Kobe Bryant, James
K-Love.
Harden, Russell Westbrook, and Tyson Chandler.
Good God.
Damn.
I don't even think that was the best team, dude.
That's a fucking solid squad.
What were
That
the
is a
Beijing
squad,
games?
though.
2008. What was that roster?
Let me see.
I think the 2008 was.
I still think
Was it 2008?
the 2024 roster is the
That
best.
okay. So the 2024 team,
Right.
I think it was the best one just because
I think so
of-
too.
But
the
because
depth that you had.
not even that. The talent from these overseas teams that are actually growing, like South Sudan, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Like the players are developing in these other countries,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
made it
The
way harder
competition's
for us.
the competition level is way higher, and then you saw it when you played a team like France, and France was actually the better team for the majority of the game in,
Yeah.
in the gold medal game.
Yeah.
Okay, so read the 2000. Which one were you looking at?
Beijing.
So
The
the
Beijing?
2008 one is Carlos Boozer,
Okay.
Carmelo Anthony, Chris Bosh, Chris Paul, Darren Williams,
Again.
Dwight Howard, Dwayne Wade, Jason Kidd, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Michael Redd, and Tayshaun Prince.
There's another one that we're missing that was just
Okay, so the 20
was it 16? No.
2004 was Allen Iverson, Amar Stoudemire, Carlos Boozer, Carmelo Anthony, Dwayne Wade, Lamar Odom, LeBron James, Richard Jefferson, Sean Marion,
No.
What was it?
Tim
16.
Duncan.
2016. Look at that roster.
Those. It's crazy when you read those rosters back. I'm like, there's way too many bigs on that team.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's way too many guys that are just gonna dunk the ball. Like, who's shooting?
Let me see.
Like,
Yeah,
who's
exactly.
who's gonna shoot your threes? But I mean, that's just to see how crazy the game has changed.
I don't know why I can't find this one.
Which one are you typing in?
Okay, so 2016 is Carmelo Anthony, DeAndre Jordan, DeMar DeRozan, DeMarcus Cousins, Draymond Green, Harrison Barnes, Jimmy Butler, Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Kyle Lowry, Kyrie Irving, Paul George.
God damn. That's still a solid team.
That's a
Thug team right
a
there,
solid-
bro.
It's getting better and better.
As soon as you said DeMarcus
DeMarcus
Cousins, I was
Cousins?
like,
I'm
ooh.
like, fuck, dude, Jesus. All right, I guess we're getting into a fight tonight.
I guess we're getting into
Okay,
a
read
fight.
the 2024 one.
2020 or 2024?
2024, the most recent.
No, do the 2020, then the 24. Let's just see that
hold
difference between.
I think it's crazy that Steph really never got that much run with the national team, but it's because they don't fucking need him.
No.
They really
They don't need him.
But I think Steve Kerr had a lot to do with it.
Oh yeah. No, I think
Absolutely.
like
And we wanted to see a LeBron, Steph,
KD.
Yeah.
in a roster together. You know?
Yeah.
Okay, so 2020 was Bam, Dame, Devin Booker, Draymond Green, Jason Tatum, Drew Holiday, Kevin Durant, Chris Middleton, Zach LaVine, JaVale McGee, Jeremiah Grant, and Keldon Johnson.
Yeah. Some of those guys, Keldon Johnson being included is kind of wild. And even who else did you say? Who did you say right before that?
Jeremiah Grant.
Jeremiah Grant. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, that no, a little underwhelming there. Clay, Dre, that Warriors influence with Curry.
Well,
again.
that was a COVID year too. So I
Okay,
think a
so
lot of people didn't wanna-
2024 was stacked.
Yeah, dude. Good God.
We had Bam, D-Book, Steph, Anthony Davis, KD, Anthony Edwards, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Halliburton, Drew Holiday, LeBron James, Jason Tatum, and Derek White.
God bless.
Tyrese Halliburton didn't even do anything. He didn't even
didn't.
play. That's wild.
Insane.
But it's crazy because still out of that pool, it was still LeBron and Steph that were just like.
So, do you know who had the
most
most
dominant.
points and the least points on that team?
I think KD was
KD had the most.
leading scorer. I think
Kevin Durant did not have the most.
No?
He
No.
was the third most.
Devin Booker.
Devin Booker, no.
No, fuck.
Devin Booker had 70 points.
Steph
Steph was number one with 89 points.
and then LeBron.
and then LeBron with 85.
Fuck. Goddamn.
So 89, 85, 83 from those three guys.
Do you ever go back and watch that game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
I do too. Like I love watching that.
When
Oh,
Steph
dude.
goes off on that flurry,
Dude, when
that's-
Steph
it's
just
over.
no, when Steph tosses it over Wemby,
Yeah, dude, it's over.
like and missing it by maybe like a quarter inch, like it's just insane how he
Yeah.
just threw that up and it's
Insane.
yeah.
Well, honestly, I think, like you said, the competition of the world has gotten a lot better, and you needed a team like that to really secure that. These guys knew that we were going to win the gold, or it was an absolute failure if they didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When's the last time the U.S. didn't win a gold in the Olympics?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I want to see that because I'm a big Olympic guy. I love watching the Olympics.
Because France was stacked.
Yeah,
France
dude.
had a stacked team. Germany had a stacked team.
I'm telling you, South
Brazil,
Sudan too, bro.
South Sudan too. But it's
We guys
wild.
like the 70s,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess what year?
like 70,
76.
74,
72.
72.
To the Soviet Union.
Oh, true. Nah, that shit was
Russians.
rigged. Yeah, that shit was rigged, dude. We're fucking communist.
The last time the USA men's basketball team lost the gold medal match was at the 72 Olympics against the Soviet Union. That is crazy.
That's crazy, man. Basketball, huh?
Yeah.
Basketball, man.
That's like one of the only things we're good at, I guess. Basketball and I guess American football, but nobody else plays it.
American football, yeah, but fucking soccer we suck at.
Yeah. Hey, chill,
Okay,
dude. Yo,
we don't
chill, dude.
suck. Okay.
Hey, can you chill, dude?
Hey, listen, okay.
Yo, dude, can you
Yeah,
apologize
we
to me,
don't
please,
suck.
face to face, like a man right now?
No, I'm not going to apologize because when was the last time they won the gold? I don't follow soccer.
Dude, we are never gonna ever win anything. I hope you realize that.
Okay.
But
But it's just our place in the world, dude. Like our country does not value soccer the way the rest of the world does.
Right.
And until that changes, which it probably never will, we will never be the best team in the world at soccer.
which
But
I'm
is
okay with
fine.
that. Yeah,
Which is
I'm okay
fine,
with that.
but you're not going to slander my USA national team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair.
Not when Moon Boy Diego,
Okay, so
Luna,
in the
former El
two-
Paso Locomotive player, is leading the U.S. Gold Cup final against Mexico tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay,
USA,
so
baby.
you come correct, okay, or you don't come at all. I believe
Then
that we will win.
Then I won't come
Yeah.
at all.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay, so the 2000s men's basketball team was nothing close to what we had this past year. We
It's
had-
because I think one year they're like, we're sending nothing but college kids.
Oh, okay. Well, then it wasn't this year, but
Or like a few times they did that where they're like, we're
Allen
sending
Houston,
like
Alonzo
a
Mourning,
majority of college kids instead.
Gary Payton, Jason Kidd, Kevin Durant, Ray Allen. I mean, Kevin Garnett.
I was
Sorry.
like, no way.
Ray Allen, Sharif Abdur-Rahim,
Damn.
Steve Smith, Tim Hardaway, Vin Baker, and Vince Carter. So that's still a
Tim
good
Hardaway,
team.
UTEP guy right there.
Yeah, Vince Carter.
What about the dream team? Who was the dream team roster?
That was what, 90, 96?
92.
92? Damn, I was way off. The dream team, overrated.
What?
I say the 2024 team mops the floor with those guys.
Okay, so the dream team was Charles Barkley, Chris Mullin, Christian Laettner,
Laettner.
Clyde Drexler, David Robinson, John Stockton, Karl Malone, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Patrick Ewing.
Okay, I take that back. I take that back.
No, I think we still mop them.
They still beat them,
I think we.
but
Still, I think 24 still.
I just think.
Dude, all of those dudes are Hall of Famers.
I know, but I mean, it's going to be hard for them.
But it's a
we're not going to compare it, but I'm just saying.
But it's a different game now.
It's a different game.
It is a different game, but let's compare. Let's compare.
Who's guarding Steph?
Ew.
And then who's guarding KD? And then who's guarding LeBron? And then who's guarding Devin Booker? And then who's going to post up Bam?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then Halliburton
Who's guarding
off the
Jordan?
bench.
We got LeBron and Jordan.
LeBron and Jordan.
Dude.
So then what? Steph and Magic?
Or Devin Booker could guard
Magic's
Jordan
too
too. Well, no, who's going to
put
guard?
Magic on KD probably?
Yeah, or
okay,
Bam.
but then Bird? I feel like you put Bird on KD.
Well, either one.
Yeah, either
KD
one.
or Bam, you can put on Bird.
No, Bird you put on KD, and then like Patrick Ewing you put on Bam.
Okay, but what about Steph? Who's guarding Steph?
Then that's Magic Johnson or Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, Scotty's getting cooked though.
Yeah,
He's getting cooked after chasing Steph for 5 minutes. He's getting cooked. Like he's gonna be ran into the floor
Jesus
for guarding
Christ.
Steph. And then, by the way, Tyrese Halliburton's gonna come off the bench and give us some.
okay,
bench
with John
minutes.
Stockton's coming off the bench.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's
He's just gonna pass the ball.
Yeah, and then who guards Tatum off the bench?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
like
We forgot about him.
Drexler, Charles Barkley,
No, Charles is way too big
So then
and
what?
slow.
Drexler.
Yeah, I guess, but then he's way too small.
Fuck yeah.
Tatum's like 6'6", 6'7".
Jesus Christ.
That's wild, bro.
So then who guards Anthony Edwards?
Jordan,
Dude.
his son or his dad.
No, I feel
Or
like
no, Jimmy
Nah,
Butler.
you probably put Ewing on AD.
yeah, but that's just your starting five.
Oh, man, that's so rough.
I don't know, dude. It's hard. And then
AI.
there's still like
Put on AI. Type it in on like ChatGPT.
like who wins between
Yeah.
that game?
Who wins?
Yeah.
Who wins between the Dream Team versus the 2024 Gold Cup or Gold Medal USA team? But I don't think. But AI is gonna give us some shit answer.
Yeah.
Nah.
I think so. They're gonna be like, based on statistics.
Well, yes. I mean, that's what you really have to compare.
Michael Jordan will score 32 points and they will win 102 to 98. I don't know, some crazy shit like that. Which
Imagine
is
that's the exact score they
imagine
give
no
us.
way. That would be fucking crazy. But I don't know if it's gonna say who would win.
I think it will. What does it say?
I don't know. Hold on, let me see. Keep killing some time.
I
So
don't know.
tomorrow's match.
Soccer?
You know what, dude?
talk on
I am
the pod?
tired of the Pulisic slander that these casuals are throwing out there. Having Luna start over Pulisic.
No way, dude.
Which is incredibly disrespectful to where Pulisic is at in his career. Yeah, I get he wanted to sit out, and him and Poch kind of came to an agreement. Like, hey, I'm gonna get some rest. I mean, dude, Serie A is it's a rough league, dude. It really is. It puts a toll on your body. He was already hurt mid-season. And I get it, dude, but it also gives chance to these up-and-comer players to earn a spot for next year's World Cup,
Yeah.
which I love, like I want Diego Luna to be on a World Cup roster.
He's gonna be on the World
Not
Cup
starting, but, to be up there.
Okay, so all right. If we are predicting the 2026 World Cup roster for the United States men's national team, then we already know that there's going to be certain players that are automatic locks, right?
Right,
So those locks are going to be Jedi Robinson,
right.
Serginho Dest.
Way up.
Yo, his first name's
Scally.
Jedi.
No,
Oh,
that's
that's his
just what
nickname.
they call him
Oh.
because he's that fast.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, so you got Robinson at left back, you got Dest at right back, you got Weah on one of the wings, either left or right. You got Pulisic on one of the wings potentially as well.
Do we bring back Reem?
Reem probably does get a spot. I don't know if he starts, but
Carter Vickers.
I'm not mad that he's in there.
Chris Richards.
Chris Richards is there for sure. You also going to have Ricardo Pepi for sure.
Yeah.
He's been your best striker. Florian Balogun will probably end up on the roster too. And then you're going to have Tyler Adams. You're going to have Weston McKennie. You're going to have Yunus Musa. You're going to have... I still think Gio Reyna gets into this team.
Which is... That blows my mind.
Which, no, because he is quality. He is one of our better players.
But he's not getting the minutes that he needs.
Right, but we don't know how his club situation is going to turn.
So, yeah, like, is Dortmund going to...
Well, Dortmund should move on from him. They owe it to him to move on from him.
I'd like to see him at like a PSV, bro.
Yeah,
like
somewhere like that.
in the Dutch league, you know?
I do think for some reason Malik Tillman has done enough to replace somebody like Luca De La Torre on the roster.
Yeah.
But then you also are still going to have Johnny Cardoso.
Yeah, Johnny.
You're also going to have probably Diego Luna in the mix for sure.
Yeah.
Which I would actually want to see him play with Pulisic and Weah in that kind of more of a central attacking midfielder position.
Or put Pulisic at an actual 10.
Right. And so I think there's room for people like Tillman, Luna, and probably that's about it from this roster that's currently going to play Mexico on Sunday.
Okay.
And obviously, though, because I think the roster is going to be a 26-man roster.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, I think, a few players more than usual.
Well, yeah. Well, I know they made like an exception for 26.
Right. So you're looking at the U.S. still carrying like probably 3 goalkeepers because that's usually how they do it.
So Freeze, Turner.
Bring
back Stefan?
No, probably some young kid will get in there.
Or what's his name? Slovenia?
The guy from
he's at Chelsea.
He's with
he's
Chelsea
on
now.
loan.
Yeah.
He's on loan. I forgot where he's on loan.
Gabriel Slowiania is his name. Yeah.
Gaga. So they call him Gaga or some shit like that.
I would say that he gets onto the roster, and then I still think like they use a few more spots to secure the right back and the left back position.
Yeah.
So you'll see like Joe Scally get in there. Maybe like a Richie Ledesma, someone that can play their right back and in the midfield. I don't know. Very interesting. But yeah, the roster we have now is a C squad.
Yeah.
By far.
Yeah.
And
it's a big mixture of an A, B, and C.
Yeah, and then Mexico is rolling with pretty much an A squad, so it should be a good test on Sunday. Yeah. But yeah, let's go USA.
Prediction 2-2 through 90.
And then Pens. I'd rather win it outright in the first 90.
And I would too. But who did we play last week when I went to Pens? Guatemala, or was it Guatemala?
Guatemala, yeah.
And I think I could see that happening again.
No. The Guatemala match we won 2-1.
2-1. Okay.
Yeah, the match before was the last.
Who was it?
It wasn't Saudi Arabia.
No.
It was, I don't know. It was one of those.
It was one of those
squads.
teams. Yeah, whoever it was. But I see it going that way.
I think the U.S. can win. I still think that we will turn up in a big game against Mexico.
I hope so.
But it's in Houston, so it's a quasi away.
Yeah,
it's a away game for the USA, which is crazy. The only country that could ever play a home game that it's an away game is the USA.
If it's not,
that is crazy, dude.
If it's not like in the Midwest or like the Northeast or somewhere like East Coast,
Seattle,
then it's always a Mexico favored stadium.
So what does Chat GPT have to say on this?
So sorry, I zoned out. I don't know anything about soccer.
Cool. It's cool. It's probably better that you just don't say anything because
it's fine.
We wouldn't want you to just have your casual takes on soccer.
Yeah. That's fine.
You fucking loser.
Damn casual.
Whatever.
Christ.
All right, so
go home,
if you had to
uncultured swine.
If you had to put all your chips on who wins, 92 or 2004, 2024.
I'm going 2024.
Yeah, I'm going 24.
24 wins, 4-3 in a Game 7 series.
4-3?
4-3.
Wow.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it says the key matchups are Jordan versus Curry,
No.
LeBron versus Pippen, Durant versus Bird, Embiid versus Robinson, and Magic versus Drew or Booker.
I think those are better matchups than what we cooked.
And then it said the advantage is Jordan over Curry, overall dominance. And then it says LeBron and Pippen are even. Durant has the upper hand over Bird, athletic edge.
Yes.
Embiid over Robinson,
yes,
slight edge. And then it says Magic over Drew or Booker.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Those are way better matchups.
I still think that even though I mean Steph guarding Michael Jordan is like that's rough.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
reverse, Jordan guarding Steph is gonna cook him, bro.
Yeah, I think both of them, they can't play defense on each other.
They can't. It's just too. It's like
be a shoot off, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Jordan would just have his way getting to the hole, but I think
I don't know.
I think Jordan chasing Steph, any of those guys chasing Steph are gonna fucking after, like I said, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Gonna be hands on their knees.
You know what though?
panting.
This did make a good point though, is because in '92 Jordan was like in his peak versus LeBron is 39.
Right.
Yeah.
And Steph is also 6?
Yeah.
And KD's like 32.
Yeah. So these guys aren't even in their prime.
No.
Imagine these guys in their prime on the same team.
So then that would have been like 2018.
crazy.
Imagine 2018.
2018.
Steph, LeBron, Kyrie.
But then I mean, like
KD.
it's like a big what if because then you don't have Tatum on this team.
No,
You
yeah,
don't
yeah.
have-
But just them in their prime are still better than.
Oh, yeah, for
you know what I
sure.
mean? But I don't know, crazy comparison right there.
I would love
Yeah.
to see that.
I would love to
I would
see
love
it
to
too.
see that.
Yeah.
Just thinking out loud, you know.
I like how they put it in like a series situation.
Oh, yeah,
instead
and
of just
it-
like a
it-
gold medal one game.
Just a one-off.
It
Yeah.
broke it all down.
Yeah, I think that's just.
You
So
know,
it's like
dude,
it says
that's the way to do it.
intangibles and it says rules matter. If you use the 92 FIBA rules, it's more physical and hand checking allowed, which means that the dream team has more benefits.
They were just mean back then.
You know,
bro.
dude.
were, yeah.
Tell AI to shut up, dude.
Hey, but it said 24 wins though. It said 24 wins.
I know, but still, dude. I don't want to hear about FIBA
It
rules.
says let me know
this
if
and
you
that.
want a simulated box score.
Do it. Do it.
yeah,
Do it.
check it out,
Yeah.
check it out.
I want to see how many threes Steph hits.
Okay, while you do that, what's your take on this Club World Cup here in the U.S.?
It's pretty pitiful.
You think so?
Yeah, not the games. The games have been good because you've seen these guys. Like Bayern is putting out like some of their best players. Chelsea
Well,
too.
I think everyone's has their starting
PSG,
squad,
like you know what I mean. Like these guys they came to play. A part of that is there's a big cash incentive for them to win.
I think it's like what 10 mil.
Yeah, so that's good, dude. That's a fucking 10 mil for any club is going to help. But also, what's been pitiful about it is the attendance.
And I think where these matches are actually being held at, a lot of weather delays,
Right. The heat.
heat,
Yeah.
rain, shit like that. It really slows down the game, especially like when you're like at a 1-1 situation going into like the 60th minute where like, you know, that's like prime fucking football being played on the field. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's rough, dude. A lot of players are hating on it.
But what I do like is to see how the South American clubs have shown that they can be competitive with these big European clubs who have probably
Bigger cap.
well, like
bigger
I
cap,
was thinking maybe like
stars.
7 times the amount of money spent on their rosters compared to a South American club.
Yeah.
And you're seeing somebody like Thiago Silva playing for his boyhood club.
Already 40 plus years old.
40 plus years old, winning man of the match like every match, dude.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because like soccer, as much as it is about being in shape and being physical, it really is about positioning and knowing how to set yourself up as a defender to be effective and to really be that back line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I haven't seen these matches be like super high scoring, but they have been very competitive. Like, you know what I
very
mean? Like,
very quality football being played.
besides the ones where it was like the team from New Zealand. That was like
No, it was Australia.
Australia. It was
Yeah.
like an amateur team.
Yeah.
Of course, they're gonna get blown out.
Well, they beat Boca,
You know what I
which
mean?
is like a great
Right.
Argentinian squad.
But I think Bayern dropped like 10 goals on them or something.
oh yeah, it was 10-0.
Yeah. So other than that, the competition's been good.
Yeah.
But the attendance and I'm sure they should have seen this coming. But
absolutely.
what they should have done is made the tickets like no more than like $30.
Which is a problem here in the States is like a ticket's gonna be like $120.
Right. And then you're playing on a Tuesday at lunchtime.
Yeah, exactly.
What's up with that?
But I get like you gotta bring in your European audience and you bring in your South America, your Saudi audience.
Because you're playing at 2 p.m. here, but it's 7 o'clock over there.
Exactly.
you know?
Yeah. You know, and I was surprised with those Saudi teams too, like Al Hilal, like
Yeah,
yesterday,
dude.
like
They played very well.
yeah, like but then I'm not surprised because of how much money they can
Right.
use
Exactly.
to purchase just
Exactly.
star players.
So they can buy their way to being competitive, essentially. You know, but like the South American teams, that's different.
Like Botafogo,
You know, Flamingo.
Flamingo, Fluminense.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
What's up, Adam?
Sorry, Adam.
No, what's going on, guys?
What's up with that box score?
All right, so
There's just some casual foot.
who would you say is the leading scorers for each team?
Michael Jordan for the Dream Team, and then Kevin Durant for the 2024.
No, I still think Steph is a leading scorer.
No, you hit it on the nose.
No shit.
KD, 24 points as their leading scorer, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Steph hit 5 threes in
God.
in game 1.
My God.
In game 1.
Hey, and that's light work for Steph.
Yeah.
Five
Yeah.
threes in a game
Yeah.
is nothing for
And
that.
then-
That's like an average game right there. Yeah.
Jordan
like,
scored. The only thing I don't like though is that they have Anthony Edwards going 9 minutes, 0 points, 1 rebound, 0 assists.
No, he definitely plays more than that.
Yeah.
yeah. That's the only
Especially
thing that I don't
like if you're considering the age of Steph and them, AD and Booker and Tatum get way more run.
Yeah, and then same thing here. Like they have Larry Bird only playing 10 minutes and scoring 5 points.
No, hell no. Unless he just can't stay on the floor because of Durant.
Maybe
That's the move.
that's why. And then look, watch. It says game highlights. Jordan scores 16 in the fourth to close the gap, but KD hits a dagger 3 with 28 seconds left.
Wow. And then it's Michael Breen. Bang!
Curry versus
yeah.
Magic
Hey.
matchup is electrifying. Curry pulls up from deep, but Magic backs him down all game. Embiid and Robinson battle in the paint, both throwing down monster dunks. LeBron and Pippen go head-to-head, 2 of the most versatile wings ever. And Bird nails a vintage 3 and gets standing ovation despite limited minutes.
Holy shit.
God damn.
Dude, that's crazy. I can envision that.
That whole breakdown is just insane, bro.
I know I told AI to shut up earlier. I'm sorry. I apologize, AI.
See if they could convert it into like a video. That'd be cool.
That'd be
Dude, that
sick.
would
Yeah.
be
Can you make this an actual game and can you put it on YouTube?
Dude, I'm sure it can, bro.
I'm sure you
Yeah,
can.
just try it out. Just test it.
He
don't
just
think you
starts
can-
watching a whole game of it.
Come on.
Just test it out. Just test it out.
He's like, yo, Steph just got fouled. Yo, that's crazy.
Step from deep.
Dude, that's wild. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like those conversations are fun to have. And then like having AI now,
I can't make a video. It just
it really intensifies things.
No.
What does it say when you ask it?
it just says like video script.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So it's like intro, visual, slow zoom on Jordan, Magic, Bird, flash cuts to LeBron, Curry, KD, 7 games, 1 crown.
Any of you AI fiends out there?
Dude,
AI fiends.
Yeah, convert it
guys-
into like a video, please.
I
I,
know,
want to
that would
see
be
it.
amazing.
Bro, those AI gorilla videos, the vlogging ones. God, I fucking love those things, dude. Like the people that make that shit, like, fuck. Well, it's AI, so it's not even people.
Yeah.
Damn. And then look, it says the outro. What if it isn't just a question? It's a legacy conversation.
Damn.
Dude,
Bars.
that's so clean. I love that.
That's a bar right there.
That is.
Wow.
Wow.
You know what, AI? How about you do this podcast?
Dude, for real.
Motherfucker. You want to act like you know everything?
Hey, watch out, dude.
I know.
They'll take over.
Yeah, we're going to get canceled.
It's
Your
gonna beat your
the
ass.
podcast just disappears. It's just gone.
Just dissipates.
Just gone. Just forever. That would be crazy.
Oh my god.
All right, you want to get into these rumors really fast, Adam, or what do you want to do? Trivia?
Yeah.
What do you want?
We already
tell
went
me.
through like 2 of those rumors.
Oh, yeah, Josh Giddey.
Yeah.
I don't really care about Chris Paul.
Okay. So just fuck Chris Paul. Then.
Yeah. I mean, what is...
Well, because
dude,
the Bucks,
I love Chris Paul.
So the Bucks were interested in Chris Paul, and I
Right.
feel like that's actually a really good fit
Yeah,
for what
that's
they have
fine.
right now.
That's
like,
fine.
You put Chris Paul as a facilitator on that team. Like he doesn't need the ball 28 minutes a game anymore.
Well, he's best with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is he doesn't at this point in his career, he's not looking to be the number 1 ball handler. He's kind of just like
He's
being
a team
tossed
player.
around. Yeah,
He's a
No,
team player
yeah,
right now.
but I still think he's most effective when he has the ball in his hand.
yeah, but it's like who would
Because-
you rather have
okay,
the ball,
but-
Giannis or Chris Paul?
Well, to start the offense, probably Chris Paul.
Okay, well, yeah, on tip off. But what I'm saying is
No,
throughout the game.
not on tip off. When you first get into your set, when you're coming up the court,
Well, yeah, because he's your point guard.
right? But you still want him with the ball. Like Chris Paul, like if he's just standing in the corner, is not effective. And then he's also kind of a defensive liability due to his size, right? So if
He's good
anything,
at steals though because of his size.
well, yes, but I mean, he's gonna get backed down by any guard that's bigger than 6'3".
Yeah,
You know
And
what I
in
mean?
The East, it's nothing but big
Right.
guards.
So I just think his best position still is your ball handler, and just let him facilitate the offense. And maybe with Giannis, he can run a pick and roll offense with him, and then just carve up the defense that way. But he can't be out there not handling the ball.
No, I'm not saying he's
There's no
not
way.
gonna ever handle the ball again. But like when you have Giannis and Chris Paul, like who do you want to be the number one on that team?
Your number one offensive threat is Giannis, but how you get the offense to start and to get him the ball starts with Chris Paul.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just the way it is. And then he can also, like, if they make any back cuts or anything like that, you want Chris Paul throwing those lobs. You don't want Giannis throwing those.
Okay, so Dame, speaking of the Bucks, the Warriors and the Lakers are the two teams that have been in talks with Damian Lillard.
He's going to the Warriors. I mark my words right now.
You think he signs with the Warriors?
I see him as a Warrior.
He's from the Bay Area.
Dude, imagine having Dame and Curry on one team.
Splash Brothers 3.0 now.
3.0.
Yeah, JP was a Splash Bro. I don't care what anyone says.
Get out of here. I would consider Dame a
He
splash
helped
bro.
win them a championship. You can't be a Splash Bro unless you get a ring.
Yeah, but the Clay to Pool ratio is just
No.
it's
I
like-
know. But I mean, if like
I
there's-
get you. I get you.
He's
I
still
get
a
you.
Splash Bro
And
because
then
he
like
was splashing.
Dame is a top player all time. Jordan Poole is not. Like Jordan Poole isn't even in the
You
top
don't have to be
150.
you don't have to be a top player of all time to be a Splash Bro.
Yes, you do, because
No, you
those are
don't.
two of the best shooters to ever play the game.
Right, and which is
And
fine.
Dame is another one of those best shooters
so
of all
that's
time.
that's why it's 3.0. JP
not
was
3.0,
he
it's
was a
2.0.
very solid and effective 3-point shooter. when he
Nobody
was with the
ever
Warriors.
called them the Splash Bros.
I did.
No.
I'm still calling them that.
I'm somebody.
Yeah,
I am
You
that
said
someone.
nobody ever. Hello. Let me introduce myself.
No, okay, the masses did not call them
Okay,
the
look,
Splash
dude,
Bros.
look. I don't care what the masses say. Okay, the masses can suck my. Okay. All I'm saying is that they do not win that championship over Boston without Jordan Poole. And that's it. And what was Jordan Poole doing the majority of the time that he was most effective was hitting 3-point shots
Heaving half-court shots.
and nailing them. And like big shots too. So that's all I'm saying.
Okay, but Peyton Pritchard was doing the same thing on the other side.
no.
Hey, you're not gonna win this argument.
No, he's not a Splash
Just let
Bro.
him have this
Dude,
one.
Whatever.
it's called a pool party. What happens at a pool party? Splash.
Splash,
You
yeah,
splash,
yeah,
my guy. I don't make the
Facts.
rules. I tell you this all the time. I don't make the fucking rules.
I don't make the fucking... Yes, you do. You
I just made the
literally
rule
just
right
made the
now.
rules.
Anyways, I think Dame signs with the Warriors.
I would like to see that. I'm not opposed to that.
And I think that will be their best way to get that other big superstar.
I would rather see him in Golden State than the Lakers.
Well, okay, yeah.
absolutely.
Well, yeah. But for the Warriors, like without them having to deplete all their resources, to get someone like Giannis,
yeah, because now they don't have to trade for him. All
Exactly.
they can do is sign
Right.
him to a smaller deal because
Right.
he's already making 22.
Well, I mean, if Dame is like really down to be like a team player, he takes the vet minimum. He's already getting his contract paid out from.
what is the vet minimum?
I mean, it's probably like a few million, probably like 2 million.
I don't think he takes that little.
No, but it's not about taking that.
Yeah.
You're already getting your contract from the Bucks.
But
is
that's
fully
what I'm saying.
guaranteed.
He's not going to take it though.
Yes, you do take it because why? If you're already making this much money, 50 million from the other team, why would you put your current team under cap constraints when you're already going to get that check, and then whatever you pick up from that team is just bonus money?
Yeah.
If he was a free agent, like with them not waiving and them not having to pay his contract out at all, then he doesn't go to the Warriors.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is he's not going to sign a vet minimum.
He will,
I
I guarantee
understand your logic. I completely get it. It makes sense. He won't sign a vet minimum though.
He will.
He's going to sign like a $12 million contract with them. If
He's
he
going to
does.
sign a vet min.
No.
And I guarantee he's going to sign a vet min 1 year, and then he plays one season with the Warriors, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then he goes and signs one more contract with another team.
No, because he's already what, 34?
Right. He's going to play till he's like 38.
You wouldn't have him there for 4 years?
No, because the Warriors can't afford that.
Yeah, but he's gonna like you said, he's gonna be getting that $22 million for the next 5 years with the Bucks.
Right. But with the vet
So
min,
it's like
you
if they
can't
sign
sign
him-
him to multiple years. Like
Right, I understand that. So you don't sign the vet min, you sign him to a 4-year,
No.
$40 million
Because that makes
contract.
less sense for Dame.
Yeah. Plus
Because because all you do is you play this one season on the vet min, you get your contract from the Bucks, and then you're an unrestricted free agent either the year after or 2 years after, and then you can go sign a 3-4 year for 40 to 60 million, whatever the case may be.
I don't know. I think he.
And the reason you sign him to a vet min is because you don't know how he's going to come back.
Right.
And he can't say, "Oh, I'm going to be at the top of my game. I'm going to demand 12 mil a year." because you don't know if you're going to get that production out of him. What if he comes back and gets hurt again?
Yeah.
So that's why it's the vet min is the safest thing. And then you're also letting the Warriors have a little bit more flexibility to continue to build the roster, because he is probably going to want to sign with the team that's ready to win now. And that's only going to be either like Boston, the Warriors, or another competitor somewhere in the West or the East. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
Fair.
Chad GPT.
Chad GPT. Who does Chad? Just kidding. No. We're not going to start asking Chad GPT.
Chris GPT.
Chris GPT. That's what the C stands for.
Yeah, dude. But yeah. Anything else on the rumor mill here? Kuminga's not going to get traded, I don't think. Yet.
Well, they were talking about how Malik Monk and Kuminga could swap places.
Right, that's fine.
Yeah, I feel like that's a one for like.
Yeah,
that's
a wash.
even.
It's a wash in a way.
It's kind of just whatever.
If anything, it's better for the Warriors because Kuminga Monk will not have the size of the contract that Kuminga has.
Right, and then Bradley Beal from the Suns is talking about a potential buyout with the Suns.
Right.
And he might be headed to either the Clippers or the Lakers, and those are the two teams that have been interested.
Wasn't he a Clipper already?
No.
No.
He was a wizard.
He was a wizard. There you go.
He's a wizard.
You're a wizard, Harry.
He's a wizard, Harry. But yeah, that's fine. And you were saying that you thought Phoenix had too many guards on the roster.
I think they have too many
I
guards.
told you they would sort itself out, and that's probably how it does.
Yeah, probably. I mean, Beal is probably the third best guard on that team, in my opinion. Like, Devin
but
Booker
at
and
this
Amon
point,
Green.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or Amon Green.
No, Jalen Green.
Jalen Green.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
That's about it.
Basketball.
Yeah, basketball.
USA, let's go.
Yeah. I believe that we will win
The nation stand up
They played today?
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
I thought you said they played today.
Who?
You.
The USA game?
Yeah.
It's tomorrow.
No, because last night I was on the phone with this dude. He's like, "Oh yeah, we got to finish by 4 because USA plays at 5."
No,
And I'm
well,
like,
I must have had my days mixed up, but it's tomorrow, Sunday. Today's Saturday, right?
Yeah, today's Saturday.
today's
Wow,
Saturday.
beautiful Saturday outside. Look at that. Can tell by the blue in the sky. It's
Dortmund
Saturday.
and Madrid, though, at 2. That's going to be a good one. Oh, and fucking
What?
Thoughts? Dortmund and Madrid?
7 minutes. We got,
Madrid.
of
Yeah,
course, casual.
Of course,
I
yeah.
don't know who the fuck Dortmund is.
It's fucking Dortmund, dude. Borussia Dortmund.
yeah, Dortmund,
Classic
yeah.
German club.
Shout
The
out
wall.
Dortmund.
Fear the
You
wall.
need to step your soccer game up there, guys.
Dude, I know nothing about. I couldn't name you one soccer.
I know, but all we're saying, dude, is that your life will be enriched
Yeah.
with soccer.
Yeah. No,
And
I
you'll still
really-
have
yeah.
you'll still have room for football and basketball.
Yeah.
Like you're just inviting another friend to the party.
Once
That's it.
you find the club that you really like,
Yeah.
like just the players,
So
the
then
culture.
who's your favorite?
Chelsea.
You?
I don't really have a favorite club, but I have clubs that I like.
Yeah. Oh,
But
I have a few clubs.
I
too.
go based on players. So
Like I like Chelsea.
Yeah.
I like
Isn't that
Barca.
less fun though because you can't root for the whole team?
no.
No.
You kind of follow the team that your favorite player is on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And it's always different because
So who's like your favorite player right now?
Christian Pulisic for sure.
Who does he play for?
He plays for AC Milan. He used to play for Chelsea. He used to
He
play
plays
for
for the
Borussia
U.S.
Dortmund.
So he's like
Okay.
he's the captain of the U.S.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but he's won a Champions League trophy with Chelsea. Like,
That's equivalent to the Super Bowl.
yeah, he's the best American in history
Yeah,
by
okay.
far.
The most successful American soccer player ever is living in our time at this
Yeah.
moment.
What's his name again?
Christian Pulisic.
Christian Pulisic.
Yeah,
Pulisic.
Pulisic.
Or Pulisic.
that Chelsea run,
Croatian.
dude.
Damn.
He's the one that scored versus England last year, or the last World Cup,
Okay.
and like got hurt and got taken out the game,
Oh shit.
which was a big difference maker. I think we could have won that match easy
Damn.
if he
Really?
was still on the pitch.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah,
Soccer talk.
soccer,
Papa.
dude. Yeah.
Fucking soccer.
You know, dude, you know what? He would be a fucking
What do you think? What do you think?
You know what though? I did used to-
EPL fan. Hold on.
I used to play with Chelsea on FIFA.
Yeah, let's assign him a EPL club right now. Who do you
There
got
was-
him?
EPL.
EPL only right now. Premier League.
I
English
think
Premier League.
He looks like a Liverpool fan. He looks like he could be at Anfield with like a red kid on, you know, red shirt.
he looks like he's a West Ham fan.
Yeah.
A fucking hammer, son.
Hey, R.I.P. Jota. R.I.P. Yeah.
R.I.P., yeah.
R.I.P. Jota.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, the dude that died in that car crash?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Sad.
R.I.P. Man.
Yeah.
But-
Or maybe, do you see Southampton in him?
Ugh.
A little bit, right?
A little bit. Nah, I think I saw West Ham.
West Ham.
Yeah,
man.
West Ham or like Villa.
Yeah, he looks like a ham.
Oh my god.
You like Thanksgiving, though? Ham, right?
Christmas ham. Hey, you live on the west side too.
I don't know whether to be like offended or not.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. It's an EPL. First
No,
year.
I think you should get into it, man. I think broaden your sports.
Southampton's at the bottom?
Yeah. That's why I said
Yeah, but they're at the top in League One.
they're the top of D2. What about a Spanish club? No.
Nah, he's gonna be a Madrid fan. I already
Yeah,
know.
what about a German club?
Oh, I could rock with the German club.
Which,
Isn't there a German club that has like it's like a yellow circle?
That's
and it-
Dortmund.
that's Dortmund, son.
Oh, I know them.
Yeah, Stays in Dortmund. Yeah.
No.
No,
No.
like a Leverkusen.
Why do I want to say Wolfsburg? With
Nah, I think Bayern.
Bayern?
Yeah.
No, that's giving him too
He
much.
looks like a young Harry Kane.
Oh, what?
What about FC Cologne?
Oh, you know what? He's a Spurs fan. He's a Spurs
Yeah, he is
Yeah, I
a
like the
Spurs
Spurs.
fan. Yeah.
He's a Spurs fan.
Not those Spurs.
Yeah, different Spurs.
Tottenham
Ah,
Spurs.
okay. The who?
Tottenham.
Tottenham.
Yeah, Tottenham.
You need to step your culture up, guy.
Yeah, dude. If you're going to host this podcast, I've been meaning to talk to you about this.
Shut the fuck up.
They have sidelines in soccer, too. You know that?
Dude, shut up.
What? It's true. I love me some foot.
Yeah.
Love
Best sport in the world.
Best sport in the world,
in
by
my
far.
opinion.
I can go for Arsenal.
Ooh,
Okay,
you do look
okay.
like a
You're
gunner.
a gunner, actually.
Yeah, you are
Yeah.
a gunner.
I can do
Yeah.
Arsenal.
You
Put
look
some
like a
guns on you,
Yeah.
You look like a Declan Rice.
right?
Who? From Timu.
What? I don't know what this means.
It's good.
It's a good. Hey, it's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
He looks like Sokka.
He
the
went
white
off in the
version.
Champions League this year.
Okay.
He looks like Sokka.
The white version.
The white Bukayo Sokka.
Anyways,
God.
Football.
you look good, dude.
Thanks.
I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. Okay.
All right. Well, I think that just about
You
wraps
done?
it.
Are you done? I can keep going.
Yeah,
No,
I could keep going
I'm-
too.
wanna
Just
keep going?
just
Wanna-
with other sports. I
Well, you want some more soccer talk or what, dude?
No.
No? Okay.
No. Respectfully, no.
That's fine.
Respectfully. I'm not saying
No,
disrespectfully.
no. It's okay. Your
Yeah.
tongue doesn't say anything. But anyways.
I just said respectfully.
The Sideline Podcast, guys. Thank you.
Are we wrapping it up? Is that it?
Yeah. Fuck it.
How long are we
We
at?
are at 125 right now.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
good,
I think
right?
that's good.
All right. Wrap us up then
any
there. Papa.
longer. You don't ever wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you like and subscribe down below. Shout out to Nick for being here on a beautiful episode 19.
I didn't even get to
And-
tell my Ed Sheeran story, by the way.
Oh my god. Okay, tell it.
What
tell it.
happened?
Tell it.
Okay, so
I'm a huge Ed fan.
Ed guy, bro. Ed all the way till I die.
Yeah,
Like
facts.
for sure, son. You know what I mean? I discovered him actually. Okay, so you ever walk into the Circle K and they have the music on, right?
Yeah.
And like sometimes it's just like a random song. You never like really know what it was or know what it is.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that song "Perfect" by Ed Sheeran. Everybody knows this song.
Yeah. Great
right?
song.
It
did you
has
say?
it's perfect,
Perfect.
by
By
Ed
who?
Sheeran. Ed Sheeran, whatever you want to
Sheeran.
call him.
Ed
Okay.
Sheeran.
Do me a favor. Go on YouTube. Just Google how many views that has on YouTube.
That's
Yeah,
like
it's-
at billions
it-
already,
yeah,
right?
No, dude.
It's at billions.
I'm gonna wait
already.
for this because
Yeah.
I want you to see. Type it in Ed Sheeran "Perfect" on YouTube.
No, I know it's got a
No.
lot.
I
Of
want
wanna
you to
see,
tell
yeah,
me
yeah.
how many views
Oh,
it has.
okay. I'm sorry.
Okay, I want you to fucking
Just the song or the
just
music
the
video?
music video, the official music video.
It's gotta be like
What are you guessing?
Just give it to us. How many?
dude, how many people are on this planet right now?
3.9 billion.
3.9 billion views. Okay,
3.9 billion.
so I walk into Circle K and that Ed Sheeran song is playing, right? And it's bumping on their nice Bose sound system they got on there, right? I'm there because I need to grab me some Bud Light crystals for the weekend. So I'm there, right? There's another Hispanic guy dressed in like a construction gear. You know, he's grabbing himself a Red Bull, a nice little Snickers bar.
The El Paso Fit.
Right. And then we have a older-ish Mexican lady that looks like she loves her telenovelas, right? And this song is playing, and all three of us are fucking singing it. All three of us
way.
at the same time.
serious?
Word for word, bro. When does that ever happen? At a random place like that where you have 3 different facets of life and that one song, everybody's like fucking singing that shit like boom, word for word. You know, and like our vibes were immaculate.
Like, how'd you catch them sing? Like, you just saw them mouthing.
Yeah, I could hear the
lyrics?
lady singing it, and then this guy pulls up behind me, and then he's singing it too, and he's even hitting a little fucking.
No way.
Yeah, dude,
Perfect
it was
by Ed Sheeran.
perfect, bro.
I
Of
would
all
think like
songs,
The Shape of You or something, but perfect.
yeah,
That's pretty
dude,
cra-
that's crazy.
badass,
But you
dude.
said 3.9 billion views.
And the lyric video, the official one, has 283 million.
Jesus Christ.
God,
So that's 4 million views right there, almost 4 billion
yeah.
altogether.
that's
Jesus
crazy.
Christ. But yeah, Ed Sheeran. He
I don't think I've
brings
ever
people
seen this
together.
music video.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
I know the song, of course.
I don't think you need to watch it. They have enough views.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
But
Oh
yeah,
no, add another view.
yeah, dude. You know what? Run it
Three
back.
billion 978,545,006 views.
But yeah, I love Ed Sheeran. I saw him in concert.
I'm probably accounted for a few of those
Right,
billion.
right.
I know. The Thinking Out Loud one has 3.9 also.
Yeah.
Dude, he's a global superstar, bro.
And that's an older song
Yes.
than Perfect too.
And the other day when you were like, leave him in 2018, I wanted to strangle you. I wanted to fucking get a noose and just fucking hang
I don't know.
you from
I don't like this Persian version of Ed Sheeran right now.
it. It's okay.
I don't think I've heard a new song.
He's
from him
just
since, like,
he's going through the
2022.
motions.
Yeah, he's expanding his musical talent.
But yeah.
Gotcha.
I just felt like you know how everyone says the world is such a fucked up place, which it is. That day in that gas station, holding those Bud Lights with that telenovela loving gas.
You're about to say some corny shit. Like,
No,
it was
that-
so perfect.
Yeah. No. With that telenovela loving Mexican cashier and that hardworking construction worker, and we were all singing in rhythm to that song.
It's like you were supposed to be
Beautiful.
there.
Yeah. And it affected me so much. I text you that we had to talk about this.
It affected me so
It
much.
did.
that I texted.
It did. I swear to God.
That was the whole story, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a
Oh my
great
God.
story.
It's a
I mean,
great
like, it's
story.
wholesome.
Yeah, dude. We can't what do we want to talk about? Fucking Israel and Iran or what? No.
No,
Come on, dude.
Definitely not.
definitely not.
Trying to fucking
Leave politics out of this.
Yeah,
podcast.
I'm trying to make sure that the world knows that there's still good out there
With Ed Sheeran.
with Ed Sheeran behind it. And that
Why do you say Ed
perfect song.
Sheeran?
I like to say it that way. What's wrong with you?
You just like to be different.
So you're the one with the fucking Luka Mavs jersey.
Ed
so.
Sheeran. Fuck.
Hey, end the show now.
On that note,
On that note,
On that note, thank you guys so much for watching another beautiful episode of the Sideline Podcast. If you did enjoy, make sure you like and subscribe, and we are out.
peace.